I'm going to go a little silly with mine. I have a friend to help me with my top of the table. It's a Thanksgiving tradition in our CBS family. Football, also my family tradition for you. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys face off this afternoon on CBS. Thanksgiving Day football, longstanding tradition as mentioned for the NFL, actually for pro football, I should say, it goes all the way back to the 20s. The Lions, though, in the 30s got on TV. That's my bobblehead. They've been there forever. The game is, the greatest in our family to watch on Thanksgiving Day, and no one better to break the three we have for you down than Hall of Famer himself. Well, hello. I'm say this because I haven't seen you since. Bill Cowher, also our analyst on
Good to see you, Dana, Vlad,
Good
Michelle.
to see you,
Good
my
to
man.
be here on Thanksgiving, yes.
Bill, I'd like to start with my Lions, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait a moment.
Okay.
Let's start with the game that we have on our air, and it's probably, I guess, the best quarterback matchup that we have.
Well, I think it's the best game of the day when you think about it. You look at the Dallas Cowboys, they were 7-1. They've lost 2 of their last 3. 6-1. Now they're 7-3. But coming off their worst offensive performance, it's been a high-powered offense. But they're going against a Raider team who was 5-2. They've lost 3 in a row. So this is a very pivotal game, I think, for both these teams in terms of the Dallas Cowboys trying to get that number 1 seed, and for the Raiders just to get in the playoffs. There's a lot of parity in the National Football League right now. It's still wide open and a lot of football left to be played.
And speaking of
Got to get that quiet.
my Lions, I don't know where I can look just to get a beauty shot here. But, I mean, you mentioned a lot of football. There we go. A lot of football to be played, these guys.
And there's a lot of parity. A lot of people are absolutely still contending for playoffs.
Not the Lions.
Not these
Not the Lions.
Right.
Thanks for running
Not them.
I bring it up because they still don't have a win this season. They have a tie, but they've got a traditional matchup with Chicago. Is there hope for us Lions fans out there?
And there really is. Part of trying to build a culture is understanding that it takes time and being patient and try to understand how to finish games. I watch the Detroit Lions right now. For 3 quarters, they are going neck to neck with teams, but being able to finish games and be able to have that consistency and learning how to win, it takes time. I do love their head coach, Dan Campbell. I think he's done a great job in trying to create that mentality that kind of identifies with the Detroit Lions and the Detroit area. So I think you got to be patient with them, give them some time, and give them a few more players to work with that got a little better skill set than what they have.
Talking about skill sets, there's another great matchup, and it's a matchup on the Satmo Saturday set between Jeff Glore and his Buffalo Bills and Michelle Miller and her
New Orleans
diehard Saints.
You know what? And Michelle, on Buffalo Bills, another team kind of like the Cowboys, coming off one of their worst offensive performances last week. So these are 2 teams that got very high expectations, that being the Buffalo and the New Orleans and the Dallas Cowboys. And they're going into a place, and I tell you, no, they would not be a team I'd want to play right now, the Buffalo Bills. I always see teams rebound. When you kind of get embarrassed the week before, I think in the National Football League, look out for that team the next week. Sorry to give you that kind of answer.
You're going to have to do whatever Jeff said on the next show.
Oh, my God, we had a little running bet.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, we have a running bet. I do whatever he says.
But if you get Alvin Kamara back, he's a big part of that offense. I'm not sure what his status is for tonight's game. That gives them a chance anytime because that guy's electric with the ball in his hands.
There it is.
All right. So which players are you keeping an eye on, Coach?
Well, I mean, I just love when you look at these 2 games, the teams we have today, Derek Carr and Dak Prescott. Both these guys right now, they've been at the top of their leagues. They're probably coming off kind of subpar performances from last week. I think for both these teams, they have to get back to running the football. And I think that's the thing right now. And I see the Dallas Cowboys. I see a team at their defense. Micah Parsons, one of the best rookie linebackers, probably defensive rookie of the year, in my opinion. And you look at the Las Vegas Raiders, they got to get back to handing the ball to Josh Jacobs. Take some of the pressure off of Derek Carr. So it'll be interesting tonight, I think, this afternoon as we watch this game, because I think for both these teams, it's a very pivotal game because you get to a point in the season where it becomes very defining. And for the Raiders, it's going to be like, oh, well, here we go again. They started off great last year, but they faded at the end of the season. If they lose this game today, those same feelings are like, here we go again. And for the Cowboys, can we just kind of rebound? We've lost 2 of our last 3. They cannot afford to lose this game at home on Thanksgiving.
With Thanksgiving, you and I were joking in the green room. You have some Thanksgiving game memories.
Yeah, I do.
What was that?
Let's hear them.
So, again, every time Thanksgiving comes up, and as I told Dana, I said I go back to the one game I played was in Detroit against the Detroit Lions, and we tied at the end of regulation. And the coin flip at those days was very important because both sides did not get a possession. So whoever got the possession probably had a chance to win the game and walk off. And Jerome Bettis went out there at the field and said, head, tails. And so,
which is not a side of the coin.
No, so he tried to cover both sides of it. He said he called tails. It was heads. He said no, he didn't call head. He called tails. And they'll come running to me and tell me that they both, the official and Jerome, they're lobbying their position. I'm saying, what am I supposed to do? I was on his sideline. I don't know what's going on out there. And so from that time on, actually, they've changed the rules. Number one, you have to call before the ball is tossed.
Yes.
And number two, both teams get the touch of the ball in overtime. So I like to think that we were very impactful in our loss on that Thanksgiving Day and changing the game for the better.
I remember the bus doing that. I remember the look on his face when the ref was like, wait a second. He's like, no.
I didn't know. I mean, it's a coin toss. How can it be an argument about a coin toss?
Look, I'm sorry to bring up that memory, but when you're a Lions fan, you go for anything you can.
Is that the last time they won on Thanksgiving?
All right. And now we're out of time. Coach Bill Cowher.
Saints always.
Coach, seriously, thank you. We'll be watching this afternoon. Coverage on the NFL Today is at 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS, and the Raiders-Cowboys game kicks off at 4:30. Bill, so good to see you.